Hey, thanks for hitting the start button on this video. I hope you enjoy what comes along. And but before I get into the rest of this blog, just let me say this. I'd love to hear questions. I'd love to have an opportunity to comment and respond to any kind of questions or anything like that you might have. So drop me a question down in the comments section, and hope you enjoy what follows. So here's the not surprise for today. I'm on my way to a meeting, and I'm, guess what, early. So I just thought I'd throw a real quick thought onto the camera before I go on over to my meeting. I want to talk about parking spaces. I know that doesn't seem like a very interesting topic, but just an observation coming from years and years and years of parking the car in parking spaces. If you're getting more than just a handful of things, the parking space you want is not the one by the door. The parking space you want is the one by the shopping cart return. Think about it. I just crossed 137th Avenue. Now, I don't know if you can see, but there's no downtown. That's a cornfield. They've already harvested. Now, I was used to streets having numbers before I moved up to Northwest Indiana. So I was in Memphis, we had 1st Street, 2nd Street, 3rd Street. 1st Street was, we knew what that meant. I lived on 4th Street for a while. When I moved up to Northwest Indiana, I wasn't expecting the number system. They call it the grid system. I think they even call it the Chicago grid system. But I wasn't expecting the grid system to work its way all the way down into the middle of a cornfield. I'm expecting if I'm on if I'm on 131st Street or 131st Avenue or whatever, I'm expecting there to be like some banks and some tall buildings or something. I'm not expecting there to be like a John Deere and a Case harvester or something. And I think that those people who actually farm would cringe at the idea that I put a John Deere and a Case in the same field, but I'm not sure about that. I know there's a big competition between red and green. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the roads. So yeah, the cool thing about the number system is even if you're in a cornfield, if you know you're supposed to be on 181st Street and you're on 109th, you need to go south. If you're supposed to be on 81st Street and you're on 109th, you got to go north. So there is kind of that factor, and I guess when everything looks the same, having a system to the road names is kind of a convenience. So that's kind of a cool thing. I just never thought about it. I just got a call from National Dealer Warranty Services. It sounded official. Speaking of street names, I'm reminded of a street in Memphis that is called Getwell. And there's an interesting story, or at least it's interesting to me. There's a story about the street. Back in, I don't even remember what, World War I or World War II, there was an army hospital there. And that's why they changed the name of the street to Getwell. And that makes a lot of sense. If you're an army hospital, being on a street called Getwell makes sense. But what's kind of surprising is they went to all the trouble to change the name of the street. But when you find out what the street used to be called, changing it seems like something you just about had to do. Because before they called it Getwell, it was named for a family, an area family, the Shotwell family. See, you just don't want your army hospital on a road called Shotwell. Thanks for clicking on the play button. I hope you enjoy the video, and hope that you will leave me some comments, some questions. I'd love to respond, to do that kind of old man perspective on whatever you mentioned. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I hope you would consider subscribing to the channel, and there's a like button down there that you can click on, and that would be awesome. Score. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get it. I'm still here, just driving. If you liked this little video, I've got a whole playlist of life hacks. Oh, I caught that in midair.